To deploy your VMware View machines in Kiosk mode, firstly you're going to need to do some prep work in your Active Directory. So I'm just going to open up a connection to my domain controller. And I'm going to open up Active Directory users and computers. I just maximize that so we can see what we're doing. Okay, in here I've already got an OU for my View desktops, so I'm going to create another OU in there just for my Kiosk desktop or desktops and call that Kiosk. And now that I've got that OU, within that OU I'm going to create a group. Okay, it's a security group, and I'll set the group name simply to Kiosk users. Okay, that's all that set up. That's pretty much just done on the domain controller. Close that down. Now there are certain commands that need to be run on your connection server so that it will accept Kiosk requests, and they've got to be executed at command line. Now I'll put the commands on the website so you can copy and paste them, and I'll stick them on the bottom of the screen here because some of them are quite long. The first one essentially connects to the security group that you have created and sets that as its default group. The second one creates a user and a password within that group. The third one enables your connection server to accept requests, and you can take a look at the settings that you've just set up with that final command there. As you can see, I've created a client ID there. That's essentially a username called custom-kiosk-user. It's made the domain. It doesn't have a generated password of its own because I've manually give it one, and those are the authentication connection service settings. Now we are going to give out a View desktop, so we're going to need to create a pool. The only difference between this and any other manual pool is you might want to consider making the disks of your reference machine non-persistent. But I want to create a manual pool. It's going to be dedicated from Virtual Center machines. It's automatically detected my Virtual Center server. I give the pool a sensible name for my Kiosk machines. I'm not going to mess about with any of the standard settings, I'll just leave them as they are. Next, now pick the machine that you're going to use as your source. There's mine, Windows 7 machine. It's already been prepped. Have a look on the website if you don't know how to prep a machine to be a View client. I've got a video and an article all about how to do that. Okay, there's my pool created. Nobody can connect to it at the minute, so I need to add in an entitlement. And I'm going to add in my Kiosk users group. There it is, that I created earlier. So they have the entitlement to use this one machine. Click OK. Now just jump on the desktop links there and make sure that this machine is in fact available and ready to go, and it is. So all that remains now is to connect to it from a client machine. Now normally you'd be doing this from a thin client machine or something like that. I, however, in my virtual environment here, have a Windows XP box that I'm going to use just to demonstrate. Now it's essentially one command that will open up the session, so you can put this in the startup folder of this particular machine, or run it as a startup script, whichever you like. That says go to that connection server, log on as that user with that password. And if this was in the startup folder for this machine, as soon as you turned it on, this is what would happen, and it would connect to your Kiosk machine. You see, unlike usually when you connect to a View machine, there's no bar across the top. It's in full Kiosk mode. It's as if you were sat at that machine, even though obviously it's a virtual machine and it's running out of your data center. That's your Kiosk mode machine deployed. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to come and visit us at www.petenetlive.com. Thanks very much.